My name's Tristan. I make these silly following random Cyberpunk NPC videos. You'd probably recognize me more by my robot voice. Her name is Grace.
Hello, all you beautiful people.
And she is a big fan of you guys. She thinks you're really funny. So, a couple of days ago, about 2 weeks ago, I uploaded a video where one NPC ended up urinating on another NPC, and then the first one urinated uncontrollably afterwards, and it was kind of weird. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. But, just being silly, at the end of the video, we asked our viewers how many of them had been infected by this urination bug, right? How many of you were actually on the toilet right now while watching the video? And I was a little surprised to see that there was actually a very high number of people who were saying, yes, I'm actually in my bathroom right now on the toilet while watching this video. In fact, out of the 111 comments that we received, 34 were actually confirmed urinators, and 4 of them were actually confirmed poopers. So that got me thinking, what percentage of people are actually watching YouTube, or specifically YouTube Shorts, while in the restroom? Now, to give a little bit of context to that, because that's otherwise kind of a strange thing to be wondering about, my day job is actually managing YouTube channels for larger businesses. My job is to understand when and why and how users are engaging with their videos and how that video engagement turns into a sell later on. And so it's my little agency. I kind of love it. We actually did about 30 million in sales during 2020. And so, we've got a little bit of talent or experience with this kind of stuff. So, we threw some numbers into Excel and we came up with this. And the first thing to note was that it's actually kind of interesting seeing large spikes in the times where people are actually using the restroom,
Which confirms that those viewers were, in fact, infected by the urination glitch. Ha ha ha.
Based off of the time that the comment was made. So we actually had a really large percentage of people going to the bathroom about 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and another large percentage going at about 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now, unfortunately, we're not able to see like the specific time zones where people are leaving their comments from, so there could be more variation to this, but just in general, English-speaking commentators tend to use the restroom at around these times. So that's good to know. That's actually really interesting if you're running sort of ads to that audience, but I don't think any of you guys are going to care about that. And talking about AIs taking over the world, there's actually some creepy stuff that happens here, and we're going to talk about Facebook first, and then we're going to bring this back to YouTube. But YouTube actually knows when you're in your bathroom. Okay? Now, the way they do this is they check to see how you are connected to Facebook, typically through your phone. So if you're like accessing it through, typically it's going to be through an app because it's going to be on your phone unless you bring your laptop to the bathroom. But they're going to be able to see what time you actually log in or connect to the Facebook app. They are able to track your connection type. So if you're connected to your home Wi-Fi or if you're using data, they can track your location so they can confirm that you're actually at your house. And Facebook knows where you live, and so does Google. Sometimes they can even track things like the signal strength for your Wi-Fi and be able to determine how far away you are from your Wi-Fi router. And that would also kind of give them an idea of where you are situated within the house based off of that signal strength.
I just have to jump in again. Alibaba, the Chinese version of Amazon, uses these adorable little robots to manage inventory. They use Wi-Fi strength to determine their location within the warehouse. So this technology is already being used in a bunch of interesting ways.
So if they see a very consistent schedule, right? So say you always eat breakfast or lunch at the same time, you always get up for work at the same time or up for school at the same time, and then you kind of have a set pattern or routine that you go through, that typically means that you're going to be in the bathroom at a specific time. If you're always eating lunch at 12 p.m. and it usually takes, I forget how many hours for the food to actually process and to come out the other end, then that's typically going to be pretty consistent. And it's like if you always go to the restroom when you get home from work or from school, again, that's going to be very consistent, and they're going to be able to track those individual data points in order to kind of form a estimate of what your routine is during the day. And then that means that when you sit down on your porcelain throne and you are opening your Facebook app, then it knows where you are. Now, let's bring this back to YouTube. For as much information as Facebook has on you, Google has just as much, if not more, simply because Google owns so many other properties that we use every day. Google owns Android, right? Google owns Google Search, Google owns Gmail, and Google owns YouTube. And so if Google sees that you are connecting to your Android device at a certain time in a certain location with a certain signal strength and a certain Wi-Fi device. And if it sees that you're connecting to YouTube at a specific time every day in order to watch these videos, it probably knows that you're actually on the toilet when you're opening up your YouTube app. In fact, Google even released a white paper not too long ago called Latent Cross, talking about how it uses this kind of data in order to determine what videos to show you when you open up YouTube on your phone. It's going to look at the time of day, it's going to look at your device type, it's going to look at a whole bunch of information, because what it wants to do is it wants to show you the videos that you're most likely to click on, that you're most likely to engage with, because they want you to see more ads, and that means that they make more money. So, just so you know, Google is actively tracking when you are pooping in order to show you videos to watch while you're pooping that they think you're going to enjoy, so that way you watch more videos, and a lot of that is going through YouTube Shorts. So, just a fun thought for the day. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. See you guys in the next video. Take care.